Good morning, good morning. I'm just getting to work. It's Friday. It's happy Halloween today. We are closing at 4, so we could take the kids trick-or-treating. Let me see if I could fix that a little bit. I don't know. Such a terrible spot to video. Well, that ain't gonna work. Maybe this might work a little better. I don't know. Yeah, so it's a little after 8 Friday morning. I don't know. Still early. I don't feel good. Jimmy has been sick since Friday, had a sore throat, lost his voice, all that good stuff. But I just want to give you a little updates on some of these things happening. I hinted in another video about a week ago about a lot of stuff happening in our personal lives that may or may not affect the store. I'm not sure which came first, but a few weeks ago, my wife receives a call from Summit County Children's Services that she has 2 great nieces that need a place to live. They've been in foster care for a while. They are twin 6-year-old girls. And, you know, they said they needed a place to stay, and they were asking us if we would be willing to take them in. So we talked about it, and we said, yeah, let's do it, start the process. So with that, we had to go out and get fingerprints and drug tests and background checks and all that good stuff. So that's been happening. Also, our house in Vienna that we paid off about 2 years ago and have been trying to get the deed for ever since, that's finally coming to a close today. So we should, Monday we went and signed the deed, signed all the paperwork, and then on our way back from signing on Monday is when Amber received the text message that we were approved to take on to bring home the girls, which they're not coming here right away. We still haven't even met them. So it's probably going to be a couple weeks out yet before they actually move in with us. But something crazy, when me and Amber first got together, I got her pregnant and we should have had twins, which is crazy because I've never had twins in my family. I'm guessing she does because, you know, they're in her blood. But Amber had a tubal pregnancy, ended up losing the twins, which after the fact she named Heaven and Nevaeh. And the twin 6-year-old girls that are going to come live with us are named Heaven and Hope. So that's very strange, you know, it's coincidence. So that's one thing we're adding to our life. You know, I've mentioned it in the past, but maybe just to people, maybe not on video. My dad's my best friend. I talk to him more than anybody else in this life. He has COPD. He's not been doing too good with his breathing and stuff, so that's been weighing heavy on me. A friend of mine, a good friend of mine, his wife has COPD, and they just found out she has lung cancer, and she's been going through chemo for the last few weeks. And then another good friend of mine a few weeks ago calls me and says they found a mass on her lungs, and they gotta, you know, investigate, see what else is going on. But her roommate just passed away a few months back with lung cancer. And it was a terrible situation because to me, it seems like as soon as they found out he had cancer, he died like within 6 months. It was a very quick thing. And then when she calls me and tells me they found a mass on her lungs and she had to get it checked out, well, then a couple weeks later, she told me the date she was going to get tested. I sent her a text asking her how things went, and she come in a couple days later and said it's not good. There ended up being like 7 different masses inside her body, kind of all over the place. And the doctor said, of course, we got to do a biopsy, but none of this was here 90 days ago. So the only thing that's coming to mind is cancer. I mean, for it to pop up and spread this quickly is not good. And, before she told me about it, she asked me to incubate a clutch of eggs for her, because she has a real small incubator and didn't have room. So I brought them here. And then after she found out that, there were 7 of them and they were spreading around, I went and ended up pulling another clutch of eggs from her snake and bringing it back here. And yesterday, I actually made 2 trips of bringing her animals here because she's lost 33 pounds over the last month. And she's just not doing good right now. And yesterday, her mom actually had texted me that something about the cancer doctor basically told her she had to go somewhere else. She doesn't have health insurance right now, and they can't help her. So they were really going through it yesterday. And when I was there getting some snakes, she did tell me that she does got a new cancer doctor, and it ends up being the same one. I don't know how that works, but same doctor, different location, and whatever. But I still have to go back there today or tomorrow to get the rest of her snakes and rats. And I'm just, hopefully I'll just take care of them and she'll get better soon and she can get them all back and whatever. Of course, that's, no one knows what's going to happen, and she's in bad shape. I'm not going to tell you who it is because I didn't ask her and I don't want to put her business out there, but a lot of you know her. I met her before the name Big Sal's Feeder Farm was a thing. I met her within the first month I was in the hobby. I found her on Craigslist. I think I actually went out and picked up a free leopard gecko from her. But it's terrible, I mean, she just lost her roommate to lung cancer, and she did tell me last night she has the exact same kind of cancer that he had. I think she said small cell something, I don't know. But it's terrible, Besides that, I'm also dealing with another personal issue, dealing with my mom. She's moving out of her house and she can't get my brother to leave the house. My brother's 40 years old and he just thinks everything should be given to him in life, and he don't pay no bills. My mom works 2 jobs, plus she donates plasma for extra money and still can't make ends meet because she has to take care of my brother and pay all the bills in this house and then all the bills in her other house in Struthers, which she's actually going to move back into. And, my mom's the type of person that'll give anybody the shirt off of her back. And, I said something the other day to somebody that, when someone gives you the shirt off their back, the proper response is to say thank you, not to ask for their pants and their house and their car also. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what's happening with her, that my brother just wants to take and take and take. He don't want her to sell her house, and he's trying to force his way into staying. So I've had to keep going back and forth to that house, getting the police involved, and it's just been a lot, Life has been really busy over the last few weeks. On top of that, we had a worker miss 3 or 4 days of work, And then our rodent worker over the last weekend, he ended up sneezing, and he thinks he re-broke his ribs that he broke a year ago. So when that happened, he hasn't been back in. So I have been doing the rodent cleaning and feeding and watering. Me and my son, and even Bree yesterday was cleaning rat cages. You know, it's all hands on deck when, like, I have to be here to cup up bugs for the store, but I also have to make sure the rodents are fed, watered, and clean. But I have to go and help in Hubbard. I have to go and get some snakes from somebody who just isn't in shape to take care of them right now. And just so much. Now, with basically my whole house has been sick for the last week. Well, Jimmy's been sick for a week. I got a sore throat yesterday. Madeline has a bad cough and she's sneezing and stuff. So half the house has been sick for a week, and now the rest of us got it. On top of that, it's Halloween, work, life, just, it's been insane recently. I've been up today since 3:30 in the morning. I just could not sleep. Same thing yesterday. I woke up at 3 or 4 in the morning. Sometimes I'll fall back asleep in my chair for a few minutes at a time. But yeah, it's been quite an eventful past, I'd say 3 or 4 weeks. And it's going to get more eventful. I mean, yesterday I brought in, I think, about 20 snakes. There's still, I think, 10 more, plus all the rats. I'm in the process of trying to build another rat rack because we have so many rats right now. We're just overflowing with them, but we need them. They're not extras. I mean, we need to move some around and add to the breeding bins and this and that and the other, but life is busy, you know, and it's frustrating sometimes because, like, you know, if you send somebody a text message and they don't answer within 20 minutes, you're like, what the hell, man? Answer me. It only takes 2 seconds to answer a phone, you know? But it's like, you don't know what they're going through, you know? And over the last few days especially, my phone's going off nonstop. And if I'm cleaning rat cages, like, I got gloves on. I don't want to take my gloves off every few seconds to answer a text. So I just ignore them as long as I can so that I can get some things done. I mean, Monday and Tuesday were closed. I was here like 12 hours each day. Tuesday, I was the only person here. And we need 3 people here on a Tuesday. 1 to handle rodents, 1 to clean snakes and take care of all the reptiles, and 1 to cup up bugs and prepare everything for the bugs for the store for opening on Wednesday. And it was just me on Tuesday, so I was here, like I said, all day, 12 hours. Yesterday, I didn't leave until almost 8 o'clock because I was, you know, my second trip from where I got the snakes from, I didn't leave here till almost 6. So by the time I made it back, we were already closed, and then we had to put away the snakes. And it's been tough, you know, but life goes on, business goes on, you know, got to live to fight another day. And today should be a good day. I'd like to think so, but one, I'm not sure if our worker who is injured, I don't know if he's coming back today or not. He was texting me every day up until yesterday. Haven't heard from him yet. But we're getting our dry goods delivery today. I'm not sure how many pallets, probably 2 pallets. It was quite a bit, like $2,500 worth of stuff for the store. So we're getting that delivery. And then I have to make another trip out to pick up more snakes and rats for my friend who's sick. And then they're supposed to close on our Vienna house this morning sometime. And then sometime this afternoon, I'll have to drive to Warren to pick up a check from that. And then we're only open till 4 because it's Halloween and we got to go trick-or-treating. So it's going to be a very busy day. But yeah, I just wanted to give you some updates on it. You know, like I said in the past, I hinted at, you know, some big life changes happening. And I know this isn't a happy-go-lucky, silly video like normally. Obviously, my voice is a little harsh. I have a very bad sore throat. Do not feel good at all. But I just wanted to, one, get some stuff off my chest because my brain is on overtime just with everything. You know, each individual situation I'm dealing with seems to be so important, and it needs all of my attention. Problem is, there are so many different things that need my attention, so it's just, my brain is just in shambles right now. But just in case you know, texted us or emailed, didn't get a response, or mad for whatever reason, hey, we deal with life too. Just like everybody else, we have things that we're going through. And some of this stuff, like, I'm not even sure if I'm going to post this video today or not, because I don't like to tell people things until they for sure happen. And the one thing I did mention in the video was the twins that we're going to be fostering. We have been approved, but we don't have them yet. You know, there's still parts of the process. We got to go up to Akron and meet them and talk to caseworkers and child ad litems and just different people. There's a lot of people to go through, and there's a lot of things that need to, you know, it's a what am I trying to say? You know, it's a system. It's a whatever. I don't know. With that, I'm out of here. Thankfully, there ain't nothing to ship this morning, but I do need to cup up bugs for the shelf. And then I got to get started on rodents and see where the day takes us. With that, hope you have a beautiful day. Happy Halloween. Stay safe.